Hello and welcome to this live stream. I am the technical difficulties and we are live about 4 minutes later than usual. A lot went wrong, but you know, we're fine. Is there a legal way to get this? Yes, there is this video website, might have heard of it, it's called YouTube or YouTube, I'm not sure. And there's a channel called Marcel and it has a video on it called Gentle Style Remix or something like that, and I ripped it off from that. But you can look it up on there and that should be fine. So yeah, that's I think that's legal. Anyway. Yeah, welcome. So first, oh hey bro, what's up? How you doing? Thank you for the bits. First, my laptop didn't have internet, which was good. Hey Kangi, thank you for the 6 months. Half year already. I appreciate it. So first, my laptop didn't have internet, so I restarted it, but then I didn't want to start up, so I restarted it again. Then it took ages to restart, but it was finally restarted. The laptop is what I read the comments on. I I'm gonna look at new, you know, 2 new monitors after this. Would like a bigger one anyway. I would like a second monitor. Then I messed something up with starting the streaming program so that I had no sound. So I had to stop the stream, restart the program, and restart the stream. And now we're finally here. Wow. Okay. Thank you for the 20 gifted subs, bro. That's a lot. I think that's the tie for the most gifted subs given out at once. Is it your birthday today? Well, no. But it is in 2 days. So, kind of. So maybe that's supposed to be a birthday present. In any case, thank you. Spoiler alert. Well, it was either 2 days before my birthday or 2 days after my birthday. I wasn't gonna mention it, but you know, might as well now. Oh, thank you, Max. Are you getting a new monitor? Well, then I would get 2 new monitors, because I don't really like the current one. I mean, it does the job, but it's non-adjustable, which is a bit annoying. And I would like to have 2 identical monitors, so I would just get 2 new ones. I don't know what I'm gonna do with this one, though. I don't know, maybe give it away to someone who needs one, I don't know. Or sell it. It's not gonna be worth much. It wasn't that expensive to begin with. Yeah, 6-minute hype train. It's funny, most of my hype trains lately tend to be at the very start of the stream. You know, it's just people getting excited and giving, you know, giving subs. Stuff like that, or renewing their sub when, you know, it's been a month. How's it going? Very well, thank you, Shizzle. Hope you're doing well as well. Thank you for the bits, Voodoo Toi. So, I finally made a video about... Oh, I'm still in that folder. About this park. That's loud. And, because I struggled with writing the script for it. It took a while. Yeah, it's even level 5 hype train. That's what you get with 20 gifted subs. Thank you for the bits, Major Geeks. I finally made a video about this, and it was a really remarkably easy edit. The video is 8 minutes long, but I edited at about twice the speed that I usually do. Which is because there's very little extra things in it, very little text and stuff. It's mostly stuff that I had prepared beforehand. For example, showing off only the vertical drop coasters. Showing off only the stand-up coasters. Showing it with only coasters, which doesn't look all that different. Showing only the path, which is a ride maze. Showing... There's one really interesting one here. What was it again? Oh yeah, there's the only flat ride thing. Only... There we go. This is only non-coaster rides. All the path is gone. It's really interesting to see the positions of all of them. What's the current topic? We're gonna get a lot of guests. I've already started that a week ago. And you will notice that the space rings go up really high. It's because they have the highest support limit of all flat rides. And that's why there are 32 space rings here. Also, if you go only rides with no path. Hang on, what was that called again? I forget. Yes. Thank you for the 12 months, one of these mics. That's a long time. Slime asked me to say hi to you for him. Okay, hi back to Slime. Suppose he can't be here. This is just a lot more colorful because the supports generally extend further down. if you just remove all the path. Yes, you can lower the number of space rings. This one has only got one. It's called solitary confinement. Yes, Fakio, I've disabled that again. You can, you just need a verified email now. But we had a spammer, well, a blackmailer rather, who spammed. And he was over the weekend active, and so I enabled the highest verification level. I disabled it this morning. See, but I will have to enable it again if he spams again. Okay, we're gonna continue with... My god, what was it called? Test Park Big, I think. Which isn't... No, it wasn't called that. It was called... Ah, that's a lot of guests. That's right. There we go. We're on 8,600 guests. So, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna enable the cheat never-ending marketing campaigns. I'm not going to cheat in this one, which kind of contradicts that, but I have basically infinite money. So while I would rather just spend the money, but then again, it's just a convenience, no automatic renewal. And if, I can spend the money up front if you want. There we go, that's a few 100,000, that should cover me. For all the... that should cover me for all the advertisements. That just cost me 256,000. Why did I get a hype train emote? I didn't do anything. Yes, you did. You renewed your sub. So, that's the advertisements covered. And we did this a week ago. So basically, I'm going to get a lot of guests. And that's also why I disabled the fire all my staff channel point reward. Because I don't want that. Because, if you fire all my staff, guests get unhappy, they get a lot of vomit and stuff. That's not how you get a lot of guests. I will still build your coasters and whatever. Let's first see if there's any vandalism. I have 500 handymen. So, there shouldn't be any. And there isn't any. I will still drown guests, by the way. And that channel point reward is still on. Let's make the sacrificial pool a little bit bigger. What's up with raising and lowering the ground? That was to spend money that I otherwise would have spent on advertisements. Now that I use that cheat to renew them automatically, basically. Drown guest number 4. That's not going to happen. 691 is the lowest, so you're going to have to pick a number after that. So, I think there is a plugin for the soft guest cap, but I didn't get that. The 4th from the top then, that's 700. Who's sitting, and now they're sitting in water. Very nice. Let's do a quick review. Let's see, that's 4, 12, 24, 36, 3600. That's another about 2000, so it's 5600. That's another, let's see, 6 by 4 is 24. It's another about 2000. So it's 7600. Plus all the other rides. I think we're about between 9 and 10,000. So it's definitely gonna be a good idea to add some more micro rides. But let's do it from a ride that I don't have yet, because that's gonna be a little bit more interesting at least. Let's see, what is one that we don't have yet that you can make a really tiny ride out of? Oh, I know. I know a great one. Now I have to remember what it's called. I have a lot of custom designs for the Wild Mouse. There we go. It's the 4chan design. I stole this from 4chan. And it's absolutely amazing. So let's build a whole bunch of those. And just put them next to each other. Once I get the point, I'm going to ask Marcel to make a hardline with 8 plus excitement. That's not going to happen. I'll build a hardline, but that channel pointer board does not come with excitement requirements. Oh, thank you for the 300 bits, Peter. It's not bad, actually. No, it isn't, this design. It's a really good design. And I got it from 4chan like 5 years ago. Something like that. And it's really, really good. I might have been able to design that myself now. But back then I wasn't, you know, nearly as good at the game as I am now. So I was not able to design rides like that. That was just about when I started to become better. Usually I got it from 4chan, it's not followed by it's really good. That's right. A while ago I downloaded some less than PG parks from 4chan. That was just because I was interested. While ago, I mean years ago, around the same time I got this. But every now and then I would scroll past them and someone would ask, hang on, did I just see that? And I just decided to delete them. Because that's not really a fit for this stream. Alright, I'm gonna build one more row of these. Then I'm gonna connect them up. Build the path. I'm gonna open them up. I have watched some of your live streams from YouTube and heard you wanted sound alerts for the available for channel points. Is that still the case? Yes. I have seen some people use those and found the blurb extension for Twitch. Oh, that's gonna be useful. Blurb. Could you send me that in a DM so that, you know what? Never mind, I'm just gonna write it down. Just so that I don't forget it. Blurb. No, need not bleep. Blurb. Extension Twitch for channel point notifications. There we go. I'll look into that after the stream. Thank you. Deleted them or moved them to a hidden folder. No, I deleted them. It's not like I was doing anything with them anyway. It's more just like hang on. Scenario's called that. Now I'm interested. And then I was interested, so I got the park and I was like, huh, neat, or huh, that's screwed up. Then I never looked at it again. I also have a link to a YouTube guide in the case that's convenient, but I don't know if I can post that here. You can. Anything's fine here as long as it's, you know, PG and, you know, non-political, religious or whatever. But links and stuff and, you know, anything that's on topic is all fine. Alright, I'll quickly copy that. Paste it, thank you. Alright, there we have. Alright, this is the first time, I believe. No, that's not true, it's not. We already had the new save format. This is not the first time we're doing that. I'm gonna go there. Now I wonder how much. No, we're just gonna do that. Oh, whoopsie. Immediately guests are flocking here. Just because there's just so many guests in the park and it's generally so overcrowded. I think this looks really cool, this section of the wild mice. Also, in my video of tomorrow, I say at some point I say haunted heist. I'm gonna confuse people with that. I mean, you all will know what it's about, but they won't. Does anyone know why? Hang on. Why what? Oh, color right of your choice. I must have missed that. Apologies. 1 minute ago only. Why how many stoners play RCT? Is that true? Sir Studs. One of those steel wild mouse is blue. Alright. After I'm done with all the path. Oh, I forgot one. Watch me forget an exit path. That would be... Damn it. That would be so me. Did I can only skip over one? I mean, I did just forget a queue line. If I didn't have to do the exit paths, then I would probably not have spotted that. I don't know about stoners playing RCT2. I do know about that there are a lot of LGBT people in the RCT community. That I've noticed. Maybe it's not true and just something that I have noticed wrongly, but I feel like it's true. There you go. There's one of them, bright blue. And that is quite satisfying. How many are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, it's actually 6 in a row. 24 more. I think it has 55 guests. So that will be another more than 1,000 on the soft guest cap. And we're at 9,000 guests. I think the visuals help in a weird way. The early sort of 90s isometric 3D you see in games like this and Age of Empires 2. And SimCity and Zoo Tycoon, a lot of those games, yeah. This is very satisfying to see them all go at the same time. They won't stay in sync for that long. You know, once they're all tested, because they're currently testing so no one's going on them yet. But once they're tested, guests will go on them and they'll get out of sync. Which is just something I will have to deal with. Maybe sync them. I can't sync them all anyway. I can only sync the pairs of them. So that wouldn't do that much. In the future of OpenRCT2, we would likely be able to sync all of them. Because that is a thing that they do want to add. That you can just basically sync any ride from anywhere. You know, kind of like I have a checkbox, you know. That one, sync with that one. Don't know how long it will take to be added. Might not even be added, but you know, it's a thing that I've heard people talk about, so we can hope for it. That's the benches and the bins. Thanks for the birthday singer. I'm turning 23 today. Oh, well, happy birthday. There's the stuffed guest cap plugin available. Yes. What I can do is just sporadically build stuff like this and make sure that I keep ahead. Also, at this point, the soft guest cap matters less anyway, since after 7,000 guests, which we're well past, the soft guest cap gets cut in 4, or the natural guest generation gets cut in 4. Okay, what we can still do later on is just build lots of flat rides, basically like I did with the motion sims. Freefall still gives like 65 guests, something like that. So having a lot of those. But first I wanted to build a coaster. You know what, let's build a nice junior. How about a larger junior? Thank you for the follow. Jim Jam 707. You know what, let's build it here. I build it like that. Station there. Why not build a hyper? Well, I might build a hyper eventually. But not right now. Is there an upper limit for how long a guest will wait in line if there are no entertainers and no monitors? I don't know if there's a hard upper limit, but I do know that they won't stay forever, most likely. I did look into that, how it works for my 1000 guests 1 queue line video. But I found it difficult to determine accurately how long they would wait without any sort of entertainer or something like that. So I just kind of skipped over that in the video. I do that actually quite a lot. Well, not all that much, but you know, when something comes up that I find too difficult to research or test, or it just kind of doesn't work, then I just exclude the topic from the video. It's kind of the same with the bins video. I was for a while, for a minute, trying to include something about, you know, how guests actually determine if they throw it in a bin, how they look for a bin, stuff like that. You know, how far around them they look for a bin, what's the chance every time they drop something on the ground or they can't find the bin. But I found that fairly difficult to research, and you know, I'm not super great at reading the code and stuff. And I was like, well, you know, the video is a complete topic as it is. It doesn't need to include this. It's not like a glaring omission. So I just won't include it. Let's go the other way. Ooh, that works. But we can also... Can we go up? No, we can't. What if we go turn the other way? Ooh, that works. Like that. And we then go that way. Yeah, that's a lot of technical information. I mean, it is a very good fit for my channel, information like that. But sometimes I just can't really find the right info, or sometimes just not really find the right hook. That's also a thing. It does need to be engaging, obviously. And that's why sometimes I just exclude things, because they just don't work. Okay, how do I get back to the station without going underground? I could go all the way there. Do security guards prevent littering? As far as I know, they only prevent vandalism. Which I kind of made a social commentary video about. Not really on purpose, but it kind of was anyway. Okay, that doesn't work. What did you say? Well, I made a video about are security guards and entertainers useless, and the answer is basically no. No, the answer was in my video conclusion basically yes, especially for security guards. Entertainers, I later found out, can be quite useful. Anyway, I said that it's better to just prevent guests becoming vandalists and such than to have security guards that deal with them later, you know? So you just need to prevent, which quite a few people took as social commentary on how certain countries run things, I suppose. Didn't intend it to be that, but it was. Alright, can it make it this far? Name a ride of your choice, go ahead. This is a hell of a junior coaster. But I like it. Let's make it go faster on the chain lift. Meteor coaster. You're not the one who did the channel point reward. Call the junior watermelon with an appropriate color scheme. Alright. Sounds nice. Okay, now I'm gonna go that way. Then, oh. Yeah, then that way. Thank you for the sub, Rikovsky. That station length is an open RCT thing. Yes, in Vanilla and Classic it's only 12. Actually, is it 12 in Classic? I think they extended it, I'm not entirely sure. Watermelon. And then let's go green, green. Every 5 minutes we have a little lag spike when the autosave is going. And red trains. That's watermelon, right? Do you like watermelons in real life? No. I don't dislike them either, I just don't. Basically, I just never eat them. It's not entirely never. Rarely. And they're alright. No exit path yet. I would have forgotten that. If you didn't remind me, it would not have gotten an exit path. It wouldn't really be a problem since it's so close to the path, but I did forget again. I don't know what it is with me and exit path. Maybe some white on the tracks. I think then white support would be the best. I like that actually, that looks a lot better. In Eastern Europe they eat pickled watermelon. I've never heard of that. Watermelons are really good in the summer to cool down a bit. You know what else is good to cool down a bit? Water. You don't need a melon for that. Dark green support, light green tracks and the things between the track white. Now I like this. This is the most watermelon colored. It's what was asked for anyway. Okay, so in the time I built this, we got about 900 guests. And this has, I think it gives 55 slot guest cap for 50 or something along those lines. That's why we need to spam micro coasters every now and then. Because otherwise we just don't keep up. Especially if I live stream, you know. And I don't build very fast. What shall I build now? You know what? I shall build a hypercoaster. That was asked for. And I shall build it here. Alright, let's do the thing where I do a steep chain lift. No, let's do a fun steep chain lift. Let's do one like that. A curvy one. I finished building a wooden coaster in my park that has a top speed of 111 kilometers per hour. You know what's the best thing about that? The sound it makes once it goes fast. There's no better roller coaster sound in the game than a wooden coaster that goes immensely fast. No, there's no coaster that can do a beyond vertical drop in this coaster, cringe. There is, of course, loopings and stuff where you go beyond vertical for a little bit. But other than that, no. This is a very weird hypercoaster. Oh, I need one more. There we go. Now we got 3. I think we got 3 trains now. Yeah, perfect. Awesome. Are you going to build dueling rainbow coasters? Well, not for the hypercoaster anyway. Maybe. I don't know. Okay, does it... Let's see, that goes from 102 to 72. Yeah, that goes too slow probably. Or too fast, I mean. Lift Hill looks so cursed. No, it doesn't. It's amazing. I got the idea from making the Overcrowded Forest Frontiers park. Because I have quite a few chain lifts like that there, because there was no space. Okay, how fast does it go? 143. Yeah, no, we need to go one higher. Otherwise, lateral G pains. Now it'll be fine. Probably, hopefully, I think. Does this coaster come with hyper threading? I don't even know what that is. Sounds like a computer term. And I sound like an old person when I say that. It's funny, because I am kind of, you know, the tech person in the family. When my mom or my stepdad has a computer problem, they'll ask me to look at it. And more often than not, I can solve it. But at the same time, I don't really know a lot about computers. I suppose I know the right stuff to help them with stuff like that. Okay, this isn't gonna fit. Hyperthreading is a feature for processors. I thought there would be something like that. The positive G's are when you get pushed inside your car. Yes, and negative is indeed the other way around. Positive and negative G's are not a problem in this game. I mean, yeah, if you have a lot of them, you'll get a lot of intensity from it, of course. But there's no penalty for having, like, over a certain amount of them. They just gradually keep on adding to your intensity. Laterals are different. If you have more than 2.8 of them, you suddenly get a lot of intensity. And if you have over 3.1, you get suddenly even more intensity. Ooh, I like how it crests that hill. What's the maximum possible G's you can have in a ride? Well, with cheats I have achieved around, I think, 70? That's 70, not 17. But that goes to about 1500 kilometers an hour. If you go the highest amount of G's without getting excessive intensity, then I think around 10. Probably. They should make a real coaster that goes 1500 kilometers per hour. They do, it's called the Concorde. I really like the way it crests that hill. Then we'll go the other way again. Yeah, but that one has made the track invisible. Nice. That's a really good meta joke. I'm starting to like this hypercoaster design. Of course, we could have done... No, we actually couldn't have done... Well, we could have done the same thing better with a Giga, but not with a Hyper Twister. Because I believe the Hyper Twister can't do ultra steep lift hills. But a Giga can do that, so we could have done the same with a Giga. The only reason I say that is so that you don't think I'm starting to actually like this as a coaster type. You know, I need to protect my reputation of being a hypercoaster hater. Call it the Blue Shift. It's not going that fast. It's not even the fastest coaster in the park. This one might go faster. 151, yeah, it definitely goes faster. Oh, whoops. Need a bigger turn. Also, this one goes faster. With 173. Oh, you know what we should do? You know what we should do in this park? We should build a very, very fast coaster. And with that I mean very fast. I don't mean 200. I mean faster. Quite a bit faster. Alright, that's our hypercoaster. Which looks really cool. And ugly. It's an ugly coaster. You can't get around that. But it looks cool. I like it. So fight me. And open. Now let's hope I didn't mess up the G somewhere. Looks like an Arrow coaster. I don't think Arrow's... I mean, it's modeled after Arrow, this track design, of course. But I don't think Arrow ever built coasters that looked like this. This is a very weird coaster. I really like it. I don't know what it is with me and the way the train crests this hill. But I just really, really like it. It's weird to like that much, but I don't know. I just like it. Do we have any eye cancer colored coasters? Yes, this one. It's salmon pink. I mean, I suppose all the rainbow ones, because if you do a rainbow thing like this on a big wooden coaster, it looks absolutely terrible. If you do it on these small coasters, it looks fine. It looks cool. Thank you for the follow, Tedster. These wild mice are doing well. They're not storing a lot of guests because short queue lines. But they're doing well. We're almost at 10,000 guests, baby. Are you feeling alright? Why so? So the wooden pink would not be good. No, and I can show you that. Let's see. My god, what was it called? It's not that long ago I did that. Before that. Yeah, well, definitely before that. It should be somewhere around here. There we go. That is quite the eyesore. Yes, indeed, the Dino Park. Also, this coaster is quite ugly. Yeah, there's no two ways around it. This is pink. And yeah, it's an eyesore. But if you do it with small coasters, it looks absolutely fine. I also think this is the trans color. Someone asked for that, I think. Is that trans? I forget. One of the flags. But let's go back to this. Oh, I accidentally overwritten the version 2. I accidentally overwrote the version 1. I may need to download it again. Luckily, I already uploaded it. Trans is not... It was one of the flags. It was pink, light blue, and yellow. I forget. Doesn't really matter. I'm not sure if that was the reason for that, though. Sometimes people request it for the flag. Sometimes people just request it because it's ugly colors on big wooden coasters like that. Oh, the pansexual thing. Yes. Alright, let's look at the stats. They appear to be good, and they are. 799, 824, 382. It's the third fastest coaster in the park. Are water rides allowed? Anything's allowed. We have all rights. No, we don't. We could have all rights selected if we wanted to. But we do have all the water rights selected anyway. It's not the flag of North Korea. It is not. North Korea has quite a nice flag, I must say. You know, a lot of things not so nice about North Korea. But the flag is good. Thank you for the follow, Princess Celestia and Luna. Hang on. Didn't I see you yesterday in the stream of the guy I forgot the name of? He was Dutch. Yeah, you want the merry-go tower? Sure, why not? At least 6 tall. We can't do that without cheats. Let's quickly just see how many we can do with cheats. Without cheats, I mean. I'm not gonna do cheats for that. This is not a park for cheats. Convenience cheats, fine, but yeah, we can't do more than 3. Which Dutch streamer? It was a guy yesterday. You were a mod there, I believe. He played Roller Coaster Tycoon. I was in there for a little bit. I said a few things. I believe that was your... I'm pretty positive I've seen you in some streamer last week. I've been in a few different Roller Coaster Tycoon streams. Built the other 3 underground. I think that's possible. And we have a lot of space. Probably not me then. Maybe not. I mean, if you weren't there, then obviously it wasn't you. Alright, let's build our merry-go tower here then. And I'll just figure out a way to get down as we go with all the entrance path. Figure that out later. That was Princess Zoe. Oh, close enough. You were there? Yeah, it's a problem for future me. Just like when I want to get up early in the morning, but don't go to bed early. That's a problem for tomorrow me. More than 3 is possible if you don't align them. No? They have the same... Like here and in the middle and stuff. The height's the same for everywhere. This reminds me of Im Kibitz and his past Kibitz, what did you do? Yeah. Past me has done quite a few things that I'm like, what did you do? And some things are absolutely fine. Other things did have consequences. But you know, that's life, I suppose. This looks quite alright. Not even an hour in and you've reached the 10k. Yes, we have, but we're not finished yet. We're not even close to being finished. Ooh, rain. Oh, that's in the way. Can we go the other way? Oh, we can just go here. And then I'll block that off. With a no entry sign. What are we building? We are building a lot of guests, Cody. And we're building a merry-go tower. Also, for tomorrow's video, is a video that you'll probably like. Because it's about getting a lot of guests. And that seems like something that's up your alley. No, it's not about getting... This stream is about getting a lot of guests. It's the most insane park I've ever built. The Overcrowded Forest Frontiers one, which sounds up your alley. Ask a geography question. Alright, thank you for the follow, Kaiser Casper. I like that this comes out that every other tile there is a queue line. When I just build them straight up and down. That's nice. I need to go one further. Which nature reserve, national park is something you would still like to visit? I might need to go one further. Probably a lot of American ones. You know, you got Zion, Yosemite, Everglades, Yellowstone. I think I've seen most big ones in Iceland. I mean, doesn't pretty much every country have amazing nature reserves? Like, doesn't Australia just have some random nature reserves in the middle of the country that are probably quite cool to be? Or, I don't know, like the Congo or whatever, you know, Democratic Republic of the Congo. There's not a specific one I would really like to go to, but basically any nature reserve that exists, I would like to go to at some point. Ah yes, this doesn't connect, wonderful. But that's easy to fix. Let's see if we can save it with path. Let's see if the saving works in this version. Good evening, Miguel94. Did you build the underground exit paths of the Merry-Go Tower? Nope. I did not, and that was not on purpose. Whoops. Alright. Then we can go up here. Thank you for reminding me. That would have killed quite a few... Well, technically not killed. That would have avoided quite a few guests. I'm like Mumbo Jumbo in Hermitcraft. It's not killing if it doesn't show up on the stats. Safest park in the country. Well, I doubt that. What a timing. Are the underground merry-go-rounds more exciting? I don't think so. This is a covered ride. Well, no. They are. Huh. 1.5 to 1.16. I think that's all of them, right? Yeah, this one also 1.16. Huh. Name a couple of guests warranty and fall them into the void. Your warranty has been voided. Nice. You know what? I'll do it with an entertainer. Warranty. Hang on, does this work? No, not with water. Yeah, that works. And he's gone. Okay, let's renew our ride. I'm gonna do that to make the most money we can. Doesn't really matter, we have infinite money anyway. Alright, save track design with scenery. Did I just have lag on that? That was odd. And that, save. I'm gonna call it 0 free fall with path, so that it's at the very top. Isn't renew ride a cheat? Yes, but I have basically infinite money anyway, and I just like seeing the number go higher and higher. I know that I am being wildly inconsistent with what I'm considering cheats and not cheats, but I don't care. It's my game. It's my rules. And I say what goes. The entrance path is still not working. I can fix that easily. That's fine. That's a problem with... That's probably a bug in this save, in this current version. Same goes for the exit path, by the way. But you know, I'll fix that. Please answer my question. I didn't see it. So I have to post it again. And more of them there. Probably because of the benches and the the benches and the bins. Did I just say benches? You're gonna do a double rainbow. I wasn't planning on. What's your favorite water ride? Log Flume. Is it all hotkeys? The only hotkey is R for pulling up the ride selection menu. That's not R by default, because by default R does that. Which for me is T. I don't think it's benches and the bins, because at some of these locations there aren't benches and bins. Like that one. So it can't be the benches and the bins. By the way, you know what was interesting about my video about the bins? Was that even though it didn't get a spectacular amount of views, I mean it got an okay amount of views, it did okay, it got a lot of likes. Oh, that's the wrong one. Well, only the exit path is wrong. Huh. Look at this. I click here and suddenly we get... Suddenly the entry path works. Look at that. That's weird. It's sorcery. Maybe the dislike if you absolutely hated it helped. Well, I always say, you know, like if you liked the video. But, oh, hang on, I want to have it nice. I did have a funny thing this time. Where I said if you didn't think this video was absolute trash, you can give it a like. Basically, you know, making a funny wordplay. And apparently people liked that. But then again, most people don't watch until that part. So, I don't know. Alright, almost done. That's all of them done. Why did YouTube remove the dislikes? Because sometimes, well, fairly often, when companies would release stuff, you know, the Modern Warfare Infinity trailer before, for example, it would just get dislike bombed because everyone hated it. And oh, there's a broken exit path. Oh, I see it. And the corporations didn't like all the dislikes. And that's why they removed it. Now, that's not the reason they gave. The reason they gave was to prevent smaller creators from getting dislike bombed. Which, to be fair, did happen sometimes. And is, whenever, you know, it happens to you, is a problem. But that was not the main reason. Because there's also a lot of negative, you know, that's not enough justification for removing the dislike button. Since there are also quite a few negative to removing the dislike button. But whenever corporate people want something, YouTube is much more likely to do it. And that might just, you know, I might sound cynical, like pretty much everyone on Reddit is being. But I'm not. It's just the way it works, because YouTube wants money. And I don't blame them. And unfortunately, it is advertisers that pay YouTube's bills. So yeah. I really appreciated your stream with the OpenRCT2 devs. Is there any plan in the future for a second stream? I think there are many interesting things about the game, not only the new save file format. I am not planning to do any stream, any more streams like that, unless there's a good reason to. Which means, you know, half year or a year from now it might happen. You know, if there's enough new stuff in OpenRCT to talk about. I will probably not do a stream with one of them just talking about the game. I don't think that would work all that well. Let's clear the grass. I don't like overgrown grass. Yeah, there are extensions that still show you the discount, the dislike count, but that won't work anymore in 2022. So I didn't bother with them. Alright, that's another, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, another 18 times, I believe 65 or 60. It's another about 1000 soft guest cap. Why would it not work? Because YouTube is removing the API feature that makes it work. Alright, let's build a wickedly fast coaster. And we're gonna do that with a Giga Coaster. Now, we're gonna build it here. Actually, let's just build a station behind here. So that it's the least in the way it can be. What's the point of disliking a video? Well, I can still see it on my own videos. So there is still a point to it. Alright, let's go up. This will be the fastest coaster. This might be the fastest coaster possible to create. Without getting excessive G's. Or, without getting excessive intensity. Let's go to the very high limit of the game. Now, you know what? Let's first just accelerate normally. And we'll make a turn here. Yes, this is gonna be silly. Height limit should be taller. Yes, it might get extended at some point. Didn't you make a request for that? Alright, well, the ghost is not gonna work. That's no problem though. Alright, now we're gonna raise the land. Honestly, popular content should do a little trolling and tell us how many dislikes their video got. I mean, assuming that I get enough views to be counted as popular here, but why should I put in the effort to tell you how many dislikes a video got and keep them updated for all the videos? It's not like my videos get a lot of dislikes anyway, you know. Even my videos that do bad still get like 90% likes. So there's no good reason for me to put a lot of effort into that. Because it brings me nothing. Alright, let's now go for another 40 tiles. So that we are sure to have hit The maximum speed. Height limits toward the bottom limit. Yes, that's what we're gonna do. Alright, let's go back to 1 again. How do you do a line? Hold control. That's something I learned quite recently. Alright, and now we're just gonna go down to the bottom of the map. All the way down. It's gonna go hella fast. Oh yeah, the most disliked comment on Reddit. Which is, yeah, almost minus 700,000. Which is from, what's it called? EA. And I get why it was disliked. Now you know what we're gonna do. Let's make this a bit longer. Just gonna lower that all the way. Now we're gonna go like that. Perfect. And to make it extra smooth, what we're gonna do is, I don't know. I like the way that looks. Oh, I should put a photo section down there at the maximum speed. Right there. And there we go. Shouldn't it make a sound? Or is it just so quiet? Thank you for the follow, Coombs68. 10 Gs. I don't think it will quite have 10 Gs. It does make a sound to you. I don't mean the follow. I mean me building this. At least in RST1 that makes a sound. Okay. That's done. Well, we do need to go up a lot. Otherwise we can't make a turn. And then we'll make a turn and then we'll just do, I don't know, bunny hops. Train for Giga Coaster 2. Yeah, that's this train. Oh, that's interesting though. Apparently that message thing is also going for ghost trains. Oh yeah, the paparazzi experience coaster. That was cool. It will go too fast for the photo. Yeah, it will be very blurry. Unless you have a very short exposure. Then it'll be fine. Why not do what the Formula Rosso does? Brake before the turn. Brakes are for weaklings. Let's see if we do a turn like that. You know, that'll be fine. I think we'll go slow enough here. Why no steep to level pieces on the first big drop? Because I want a lot of G's. And I think that'll be fine. Alright, a few more bunny hops. Like that. And then we'll do some brakes. Whoops. Can I do anything to convince you to add a tiny turn at the bottom of the pit? No. No, because I want the goal was to build a coaster that had good stats. So, no. Let's do that. And that. And we're done. Acquired an airfield. What nice landmarks could I build there? How about a massive coaster? And get about 3,000 guests. He should be able to do that in the span of 4 years. Let's follow the train. There we go. There's the cable lift. Let's go from this angle so that we can get where we need to be. Otherwise we'll get stuck and not be able to see the train because it's too high up. Are the guests even brave enough to ride it? If it has below 10 intensity, they will. Can you watch the vertical G-graph? Sure. There we go. Actually, I do need to... Oh, it doesn't quite get up to speed. It doesn't get up to its maximum speed, which is unfortunate. Oh, we do seem to get to about 10 Gs. Maybe that's going to be an issue. We'll see if that's going to be an issue. Let's see. The laterals were absolutely fine. Fun fact, it was still going, I think... Okay, so what's the... Okay, 8.67 Gs and we're reaching 286 kilometers per hour. That's very fast. But how... So these brakes are 72, but it looks like we were going so slow at the end. Okay, one problem is though... I can fix that. Is that the coaster is not reaching at maximum velocity. So what we're going to do is we're going up earlier. We're going up here. And that should solve our problem. So what I'm going to do is I'm gonna do a line like that, and then we can do a line like that, and then need to do a square there. How tall is that? On land, that's 46.5. So let's go to 46.5. Perfect. And that one, so we actually have our turn there. And we go up here. I think this should do the job. My English is absolutely perfect here. And this one go down one. No, this is the lowest we can go. Alright, let's go. And badam, badam. A 3x3 square would have done the job, but that's fine. Alrighty, I could also just, you know, race the land earlier with the cable lift. I will do that if this doesn't get our maximum speed. Just fast forward a little bit. It's quite laggy, obviously. Alright. We're at the top. Alright, let's see if we now reach our 200 something kilometers per hour. Close enough. Actually not close enough. 291. Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna go taller with the chain lift. Cable lift. Same thing. I should have just made it longer in the first, made the booster line longer, but it's too late for that. Since, yeah, I can't extend it anymore without altering too much of the coaster, and I don't want to do that. So I'm just gonna do this. And then we'll do our cable lift hill here. There we go. Unfortunately, we did need to go a little bit down always from the cable lift. Snow going around that. Then, come on, give me the line. Oh, we need to go one up. There you go, that should do it. That should do it. That should do it. Can you put boosters at the bottom? I mean, yeah, but they won't make go any faster, because the limit of the boosters is 217 kilometers per hour. Oh yes, I am rich. We're making almost 300k in a month. I'm very rich. Alright, there's the cable lift. Also, I'm gonna try something new tomorrow. I'm gonna do a little bit more of a clickbaity title. Which is, I built the most insane theme park ever in Roller Coaster Tycoon 2. Then insane will be capitalized. It's not untrue. It's, you know, it's a title style I see more recently. And I want to try it. Let's see if it works. It almost reaches 300 kilometers per hour, by the way. With guests, it will reach 300. Okay, what I want to do is I want to have it go with guests. So that it will reach 300. By the way, maybe the stats are already too extreme. Let's wait for that first, because I might need to fix that. Without thin guests, only fat guests can ride it and make it even better. I built a park in RCT2 and this happened. I mean, that is too clickbaity. My title isn't that clickbaity because, well, it's true. It is the most insane... I do think it's the most insane park ever built in Roller Coaster Tycoon 2. At least the most insane one I ever built. But big chance it's the most insane one ever built, period. Depends on your definition of insane, of course. Then again, you know, I'm kind of hesitant to try out, you know, capitalizing a full word in the title. But then I see wholesome people like Mumbo and Grian who don't really do clickbait, but are really, you know, dedicated to the channel, really wholesome YouTubers. And they also do that, so I'm like, should be fine. Takes a long time for the stats to be calculated. I wonder, nothing can be blocking it. Oh, maybe it's because it's closed. Maybe that was my mistake. Tested it again now. Name a ride of your choice. Alright. Go ahead, you can name this one. Or any other one. The Death Machine. You were not the one who redeemed that. Speedy Mac Coaster Face. Alright. Speedy Mac Coaster Face. There we go. Still no ratings. I do need ratings before I can get guests on it. So I'll open it up. To get some extra guests, I'll extend the queue line. Because I want to get guests on it. I want to get a full load. And then I'm going to get, to change the chain diff, so the stats reset. And then I'm going to, then I'll, you know, have a fully weighted car do the testing. But first, we do need the stats to be calculated, which is taking an awful lot of time. Ask a geography question, alright. Yeah, why is this taking so long? There's nothing blocking it, right? I mean, we have already launched free falls, but I assume they're all calculated. And that's the last thing I built. Probably because you keep building path and causing it to recalculate. Maybe. Oh, there we go. It's way too intense. Well, I don't care. Guests are going on it. And I don't have to cheat on that they ignore intensities. Is there a counter you would consider moving to? For a while, I was not seriously considering, but I had in my head that it would be fun to move to a country like Norway. I even started learning a little bit of Norwegian on Duolingo. But yeah, that's not going to happen. First off, I just couldn't leave everyone behind. So yeah, that's not going to happen. This is much more extreme than I thought it would be. I could of course make it less extreme by altering the G's, but guests are going on it, so it's fine. Why Norway? Because it's beautiful. And they speak really good English, which would be helpful if you haven't learned the language yet. So, once we have pretty much a full load, it'll take a little bit. No drowning. Oops, I missed that. 11,111. I'll do it in a minute, because I need to keep my eye on this. This is fine. Enough guests are in the queue line. So I've reset the stats. So now we can get a top speed of above 300 kilometers per hour. Which will increase our intensity even more. But I don't care. As long as guests are going on it, it's fine. We only just want to get a lot of guests. They shouldn't turn back, right? No, the train's going. Good. Alright, let's try 11, 11, 11. We have 6 pages of guests. That's how many guests we have. 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. Oh, they're on a merry-go-round. They're on the middle one of the ones that are above ground. Alright, how fast will it go? It will go... Yes, 302 kilometers per hour. Awesome. Wait, you have a bingo, Max? What did I say that caused the bingo? I wonder now. You made a coaster that's too intense. I don't actually do that quite often. I do that too often. Wait. Wait a minute. Didn't we have like 8.6 Gs the last time? And we only have 8.0 Gs this time. Is it going too fast to calculate the Gs? And was it calculating Gs on a different frame now? And is that why the Gs are different or something like that? Ghost trains are lighter. Well, we weren't testing with ghost trains, but we were testing with real trains. But it's going faster, so it should have more Gs. Slowing down more at some point. No, that can't be a thing. Well, I think we got 12.4 something Gs last time, so let's see what we get this time. There goes guest 11.11.1. It's gonna take forever for the stats to be calculated, but that's okay. I guess heavier trains pull fewer Gs. You know what? I was gonna say, no, that's not true. But it just might. I don't know. It just might be true. You know, that could be a reasonable consequence of something in the game. Ask a geography question. Go ahead. 12.69. That is a little bit higher and a little bit nicer. Well, as long as guests are going on it, then I'm fine with it. We don't need wait for filled out anymore, by the way. Or are they just not gonna go on it anymore? Is it now too intense for everyone because we've passed 12.5? It does seem like that, doesn't it? It really does. Huh. You know what? What if we altered it a little and gave it much fewer Gs? I'm just gonna alter this drop. I have to. Because I do want guests to ride it. This coaster is a much bigger project than I expected it to be. Will a guest buy a new balloons, let their old one go? I don't know, actually. What was the question? What's the only country in South America that uses US dollars as its currency? Oh, that's a good question. And isn't it... No, Zimbabwe uses Zimbabwean dollars, I believe. So that couldn't be it. Okay, now I'm going to have to alter this as well. It might be so... Oh, is it Liberia? Because the whole founded by slaves thing. Oh, South America. I thought we were going Africa for some reason. I'm stupid. Oh, no photo section. I'll add that in later. South America. Well, there are only 12 countries, so there's about an 8.3% chance I'm good, even if I just randomly guess. I'm going to... Oh, hang on, we're too high up. Then I'll go like that. It's not Venezuela. How many countries? Is it Guyana? I know they at least... Oh, no, not block breaks, photo section. I know they at least speak English. Okay, now it should be a lot less intense. No, it's not Venezuela or Guyana. Someone says it's Ecuador. Did you Google it? Why Ecuador? I would Ecuador, you know, they speak Spanish. I would expect like, I don't know, pesos or real or whatever Spanish-speaking currency. Spanish-speaking currency, that makes 0 sense, but you probably know what I mean. I just read a headline that Iceland is not providing electricity to Bitcoin miners anymore. That's... I don't really have an opinion about that, to be honest. I'm not indulged in Bitcoin, like, pretty much in any way. So, I mean, I've heard a lot of people shit on Bitcoin, so I don't know. Alright, let's see what the G's will be. Well, I started to hate Bitcoins after someone blackmailed me saying they wouldn't leave me alone until they got Bitcoin. They seem to leave me alone right now. So they're not really keeping their word. But other than that, I don't like Bitcoin. Bigger ghost type for me to build. Alright. Oh, China have made crypto illegal. Interesting. Yeah, it's all about in-game NFT. What's an in-game NFT? Anyway, we got 3 fewer positive G's, which is good. So let's open this. And let's do the wait for full load thing again. So that we can once again test it with guests, get higher than 300 kilometers per hour. And then guests will ride our ride, which goes more than 300 kilometers per hour. Because this will probably have below 12 intensity. I don't care about NFTs. I had a lengthy discussion with my brother about it a while ago. Because I just couldn't grasp why anyone would pay any money for NFTs, and he tried to explain it to me. And I sort of understand it, but it's basically if you are stupidly rich and it's basically no money for you anyway, wouldn't it be nice to just have a thing that says you own something, even if it has no practical use? And then I'm like, yeah, sure. I mean, if you got the money anyway, and if you don't notice that you spent it. Okay, what was the coaster that was picked to build? Let's see. Like to see you build a hardline coaster and try to get the highest excitement you can on it. I will not do that. I will build a hardline and I'll maybe go like somewhat high, but you know, I have to make it massive if I go the highest excitement rating. And that with that I mean like park sized. And that just doesn't fit this kind of park. 11.3, that's low enough. We'll stay below 12. Yeah, you know, people say that NFTs and Bitcoins are bad for the environment, presumably because it takes a lot of electricity to mine Bitcoin and stuff. I'm like, really? Maybe I'm just uneducated and I'm underestimating it. But how bad for the environment is it compared to eating meat, compared to producing, you know, the biggest companies that produce all the stuff we buy, compared to driving cars, compared to heating? Does it really take that much energy? Okay, I'm gonna have to time this right. No, I don't. I can just already do it. I think enough guests are in the queue to fill up a ride. I own a few NFTs, but they were all very inexpensive. It's just not a form of collecting. Yeah, you know, that's what I just said. If you basically, you know, if you have the money to spend, you know, if they're inexpensive compared to what the amount of money you have, then I suppose it's, yeah, like kind of like a collector's item. Which is fair enough. Alright, it should go now. And it should reach more than 300 kilometers per hour. And this time, guests will keep going on it, because it won't go above 12 intensity. So that should be fine. Alright, let's build our hard line. Where's the hard... There's the hard line. Alright, where shall I build it? Because I don't want a lengthy hard line going through the park. So... what I'm gonna do... is I'm going to build it... here. There we go. You know what, let's first just get a lot of speed. Oh, thank you for the 7 months, Prater. Thanks for all the interesting videos, Marcel. Looking forward to more. I'm glad you're enjoying them. Alright, let's do a few hardline rolls here. Oh, I misplaced that. It should be 1 tile over to the... well, left or right, depending on your point of view. Should be there. Much better. Hey, what's up, iReal Plays? Welcome to your first stream comment. Yes, I can see that it's your first one. Yeah, it won't make that, obviously. Found your YouTube and glad I found you live. Well, welcome to the channel entirely then. My biggest hate for NFTs, not that they're bad for the environment, but that they'll ruin gaming. Hang on, am I just entirely out of the loop? How are NFTs connected to gaming? Will it survive 4 inversions? It was going down and I was just building, just keeping it ever so slightly ahead of the train. That was funny. Lower transfer. Ubisoft's doing crazy stuff. Okay, I want to look into that. Not because I care, but because I want to be in the loop when people talk about it. I actually did see someone mention gaming and NFTs on Reddit today, I think, but I just skipped over it and forgot about it. I think this one will be too intense, but then I can just remove one of the inversions. Just have a straight bit there. That'll be fine. Whee! Going all the way down. And that. And then we're gonna go up. This won't be the most exciting hard line, but assuming it's not too intense, which I highly doubt, it'll be fairly exciting probably. Like 4 maybe? Yeah, it's fairly long. I wonder if hardline coasts are actually fun in real life. I mean, there are quite a few. I hear that the Japanese ones are generally a lot better than the American ones. I've never been on one though. Color ride of your choice. Well, go ahead. My resources tell me that they're very intense but not very exciting. So maybe they're like a thing you want. it is nice to do, but not nice to do more than once, which is basically what Bobber said. Now, we only need that hardline in bright pink and the trims like the one in the Dino Park. So you want the same colors, right? So it was bright pink supports, something like that. How about we also do yellow cars, because then we have a little bit more yellow. That actually doesn't look as bad as it could look. I think this will be too intense. Probably like 12 or so. I'm quite good at underestimating the intensity of rides for some reason. I'm supposed to be knowledgeable about that, but that's not gonna work. But for some reason, I tend to underestimate the intensity of the rides I build quite frequently. Although, I do have to say that only really happens when I'm, you know, trying to build extreme coasters for the hell of it. It's only rarely that I try to build a good coaster. And it is too intense when I expect it not to be. Well, we're gonna have to test this again, because I moved the, what's it called? Exit. Yeah, that's what it's called. While we wait for that, you know, we'll come back to that later. We're gonna check the Giga Coaster. Yes, people are riding it. It's 11.7 intensity, 302 kilometers per hour. You can charge $16 for it, but people are riding it, so that's all I want. Alright, thank you 3DS. Also, guys, you know, the thing about NFTs, the conversation about it is fine. But it's starting to get a little bit off topic. Let's build a load of cheap rides. Let's do... What's one we haven't done yet? Oh, need to drown guest 6969. You see, I really need that sound notification, because I keep missing it. And I do have the activity feed, which they show up in. But I can't constantly pay attention to that. Let's see. They're probably still in the park. Yes. They're almost drowning from the rain. You want space rings? Why not? And you know what? Let's build it one further back. If you can add sounds, can you make different sounds for the different rewards? Perhaps. I'm not sure how the plugin works, if that allows me to do that. How much do they add? Really little. 22? I complained about it in my video about space rings. But they look nice and they store guests. So they got that going for them. Now I think 22 it might be the haunted house and the what's it called? Crooked house. They want 30 maybe. Very little anyway. But we have more than 12,000 guests. Crooked House kicks ass. Crooked House is probably the second worst gentle ride. No, second worst flat ride. Also second worst gentle ride. Those happen to be the same. What flat rides adds the most? I'm not gonna include tower rides here, because then it would probably be launched freefall. I don't know. Might be something like, probably like the Enterprise or something. I could look it up. I have a table. And on that table is my computer. Hehehe. Stupid jokes. Thank you for the follow, Assassin877. Worries me that there are 877 assassins with a Discord, Twitch account. What's the worst flat ride? Oh, the worst ride. Well, the worst flat ride is the... Well, this thing. The space rings. Which automatically makes it worse than the Ferris wheel, because that's also a flat ride. Made a video about that. The worst ride might be the boat hire. Because you need water for it. Which is kind of a big negative. Guests get easily lost if you don't do it tracked. Or have a tiny lake. And it's just terrible all around. I don't think you can charge much for it. It's just not good. It could also be the submarine ride. Because not only do you need water for that, you need 2 deep water for that, I believe. Monorail cycle is also pretty bad. It's just terrible. By the way, I just thought of an idea for a video that I had a few days ago. I think it was yesterday actually. But I thought of it again. And I kind of had an idea how to do it. And the title of the video would be absolutely ridiculous. The title would be... I built a maze in the shape of a maze. And it would actually have, you know... It would be a maze in the shape of a maze. And not just a regular maze. It would be something, but I wouldn't know exactly how I would execute it. just the silliest video title possible. Sub rides attract so many guests and have a lot of people that can ride it. Really? I never use it, so I don't know how good it is. But would you guys watch a video called I built a maze in the shape of a maze? That should be the title right there. Amazing Maze of a Maze. I think that's a much worse title than I built a maze in the shape of a maze. Recently the I built or I did or... You know, the titles start with I did. And, you know, I and then a verb. Those kind of videos seem to do really well lately. Which is partly why I'm going with I built the most insane park ever. For the video tomorrow. So the corridors in the maze are empty fields and the walls are the actual maze. I don't think that's what I had in mind. That video is probably never going to happen, by the way, but it's just a stupid idea I had. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 22 of these. And I'm missing a path. There we go. A maze in the shape of a maze reminds me of, hey, I baked you a pie. Oh boy, what flavor? Pie flavor. Ding! Did I get that right? Including the guitar sound at the end. Ding! Have you seen Dirkling's Asphalt Land video? Only the first one. Which is a few years ago, I think. Okay, time for a lot of limb coasters. No wait, they only had 55. Alright, time for a lot of corkscrews. Good old corkscrews. Let's just go for 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. Did I actually? No. I want this one. And I'll build the path myself. There we go. Just like that. He just did a part 2. I did see it. I don't actually really watch his videos. I'm very aware of what he does. He recently released a video on how popularity works. And I haven't watched it, but I presume it's... you know, it has all the correct information. And from the videos that I have watched of him... you know, the information is always presented very clearly. So it's most likely a good video. And I probably should watch it since I have no idea how it works. The only current Roller Coaster Tycoon 2 creator that I actually watch frequently, outside of live streams, is Brian Andrelzik. I like him. And Cody as well. But his videos are a different genre than most other Roller Coaster Tycoon YouTubers. Speaking of videos, I finally recorded episode 5 of my shitty Let's Play. Still editing though. Ooh, nice. You know what I've done? I finally recorded a video in full screen. Can you do a video on what factors influence ride popularity? Just watch Dirklink's video. I just said he made one and it's probably good because... informationally, most of his videos, well, all of the videos of him that I've watched are good. I've done it from day one. Yeah, I used to always record in windowed mode. I'm still live streaming in windowed mode currently. I will do it until I get a second screen. But then Ollie told me that I should really start recording in full screen. So I just tried it and it was less extra effort than I expected. So... I'll be doing that from now on. And you know what the interesting thing is about that? Is that no one ever told me to record in full screen. I can't remember ever seeing a single comment about me not recording in full screen. There might have been one or two, you know, I obviously missed some comments. Especially on older videos. But I get remarkably few comments about my editing. Every now and then when I do something new or a particular trick, I get compliments about it. But I get like basically 0 comments that give constructive criticism of my editing. Also 0 comments that give non-constructive criticism, just no criticism at all basically. Which on one hand is nice because it means you're doing a good job. On the other hand, my editing is quite basic. And I suppose it does a job for the channel, but it also means that you're not getting as much opportunity to improve as you could. Because the recording full screen, the reason I hadn't done that is just because I didn't think of it. Because, I started recording in windowed mode and, well, that's just how I made videos. It didn't come up with me to change it until someone finally said it. And that someone was Ollie. Come on. There we go. We just built fences to prevent that from happening. I suppose it's better to get very little feedback than to get a lot of negative feedback. So I can't complain. Well, I just did, but yeah, it could be worse. I never noticed you were playing in windowed mode. Yes, that's the reason why there are black bars. That's the reason why there are currently black bars. It's because I'm in windowed mode. And the reason I'm not in full screen mode right now is because then I would have to record my screen. That's the only way I can seem to work with Streamlabs, which is fine. until I tap out. For example, when I tapped out to my Google Doc with imported info and typed the link, I think it was blurb, to that Twitch plugin. And I don't really want you to see that. Not because there's any sensitive info in that Google Doc, but it's none of your business. And that's why, if I just recorded my screen, then you would see that. It wouldn't stay on Roller Coaster Tycoon if I tapped away. Oh, I missed one. Yeah, a second screen works well for that, but at the moment I don't have that, so that doesn't work. Oh, I missed another one. I can make it work with OBS and full screen. I use Streamlabs. With OBS I could make it work. I still use screen recording instead of window capture, but the window capture did work in my OBS. But not in Streamlabs, for some reason. And I didn't really have time to try to fix it, because I had to go live. There we go. That's another 2400 soft guest cap. Should do for a while. I love how nicely this fits in with the stalls. And with going here. Just straight through. It's very satisfying that they're all going simultaneously. You missed a few exit paths. It wouldn't be a Marcel stream if I didn't. I swear I'm not doing that on purpose. I truly don't. It's just a thing. Thank you for the follow, DQ Rathalos. Can we get 14 or 15k today? Probably we can at least get 14k. So we currently have 12,600 something guests in the park. And we have had less than 800 more entries. Which means that fewer than 800 guests have left the park so far. That's a really good ratio. That's a damn good ratio. Also, we have almost 2,000 staff. Lol. We have more than 1,000 entertainers, because the guests will be happy. How much staff can you have total? 65,156. Down guests 2121. Alright. In a minute, I'll check the stats of the hardline, by the way. It has a full queue line, so it's not super intense. It might be above 10, but guests are going on it, so it's fine either way. Alright, it's on a looping coaster, not for long, because the ride isn't terribly long. Loving all the rainbow stuff, thank you. It has... Oh, that's the Hyper Twist. I was like, only 7.5? It has... Not even 9! It has 4 inversions! How does this not have 9 intensity? What? Huh? Yeah, and 4.33 excitement, which is pretty good. Why am I mad at this ride that it has less intensity than I thought? Hang on, is this thing just not going? Oh, now it's finally going. That took a long time. Or was it already gone and did he just get back on? Either way, he's going to die. I was gonna say something, but I forgot. How many guests are queuing for this? 136. Can you make a mini helicopter that goes through all the loopings in the Lavender Looping Plaza? I like that name. And sure. Yeah, I can. Let's do that. first though. Oh, the Giga Coaster queue line is not quite full, but it does have 180 people in it. That's pretty damn good. Alright, let's build a mini helicopters. What's the longest queue? 1,000. Oh right, I know what I was gonna say. Someone said for the staff limit, I was gonna elaborate a bit on that. Because someone said basically like 2 to the power 16 minus 2 to the power 16. Not exactly, it's based on that. It's 2 to the power 16 minus 1 minus 399. That minus 399 has always been there. Those are some kind of sprites that are always taken up. Because it used to be, limit used to be 10,000. But then you had 9,601 as the guest limit. Which, you know, is you see the same minus 399. And it's not actually just a staff limit, by the way. Technically, the limit for the number of staff is infinite. It's just that the staff are sprites. So the staff limit is the same as the sprite limit now. And if you have guests, you can have fewer staff. Because guests take up sprites. So in this park, I would never be able to have that much staff. But in an empty park, you could. How is it possible to mispronounce a word that badly? What did I mispronounce? I remember mispronouncing some word on purpose, but I don't remember what. I wonder if someone could make a park where every tile except the ones occupied by the right was taken up by a queue. Like you zoom out and it's just all queue. Cody was working on that, but he never finished. Helicopters. What did I say? Because I know how to pronounce helicopters. I don't remember what I said, but it was probably funny. Because I'm a comedian. Ugh. I'm definitely not a comedian. So I'm sort of am, I suppose. I try to be funny. And it appears to work sometimes. Isn't that kind of the definition? What's the definition of a comedian? Is it someone who tries to be funny for a job? Which, I mean, it's not my entire job, but humor is a part of my content. Did I say helicopter or something like that? Which, you know, basically is doing the wrong syllable or the emphasis on the wrong syllable. Which I just like to do for some reason. You know, with countries, you don't have Venezuela, you have Venezuela. Which just sounds weird. But I like it, it's just silly. Or what I also like, you have Guatemala. And I swap out the A and the E. So you get Guatemala. Which, I don't know. It's weird. But I just said that at one point. And I liked the way it sounded. And it got stuck in my head. And then you start wondering. Am I the only one who does that? Not necessarily with counters, but with words, you know, who mispronounces words in those kind of weird ways. Or am I just being weird? Then you start doubting your entire self-being. I mean, we've all been there, right? Or is that just me? Okay, we need a few of these. There are some absolutely tiny ones, basically the micro corkscrew, but you can do that with this. There we go. Yeah, the Harpac coaster. Now that was an actual mispronunciation. That went on for quite a few years. I've seen many a typoed word become a meme in other channels I go in. Right, but those countries aren't typos. That's just me being silly. We need a mini golf. I can do a mini golf. It won't be exploding, because, you know, I like guests. After I'm done building these, I'll have presumably enough soft guest cap for a while. Then I can build a mini golf. Can you make a mega golf? I could make it fairly large. I won't make it park size large. You know what I could make a video about that would probably do quite well? My actual mega golf. Which is a mini golf with about 30,000 holes. I showed it off on stream before. And, well, it's quite mega. One more of these, and then we'll go 6 more next to it. And then, you know, you got the title, I built a mini golf with 30,000 holes in Roller Coaster Tycoon 2. And then, you know, you make a bit of a story about it, and you got the video. And that might get a lot of views. I'm talking about it like it's a bad thing, but that's a video I might make. It might do absolutely terrible. Hi YouTube. This is Twitch, sir, or madam. This will go to YouTube, but all my live streams go to YouTube. What's the challenge? Right now we're just getting a lot of guests. The title says over 10k, well, we're over 13k at the moment. Was that the one with the golf hole directly after each other? Yes. Thank you for the follow. Phantasmopunk. I watched Dirklings on ride popularity, but it wasn't really what I'm looking for. Basically, I'm trying to understand what factors contribute to guests wanting to ride a ride. Yeah, that's a bit different than the stat for ride popularity. Like, you have the ride popularity here, that's, well, unknown so far, but that's different than a ride being popular. But I think a ride being popular has too many factors to nicely fit in a video. How long did it take to build that much golf? A while. I did use a script for it. So not just an auto clicker, it was an auto hotkey script. But I need to learn actual scripting because someone on my Discord server managed to fill a 999 by 999 park with a wild mouse coaster track in like 10 minutes. Because of, you know, some actual scripting thing for Roller Coaster Tycoon, for Open Roller Coaster Tycoon 2. And if I learn how to use that, then I can do a lot of more interesting things. The problem with doing those crazy things and people doing them is that in most videos about that, it's all, you know, dramatized and stuff like that, and they're in the process of doing it. While my video is basically, I did this, here are a lot of facts and stats about the park, and that's it. Not entirely, you know, a little bit dramatized, but not as much, and it's not really my style, so I wonder how much my style fits those kind of videos, and I suppose we'll see tomorrow. It's an interesting thing. Can you make the golf as exciting as possible? Well, for that I need 31 holes. I don't know if I need 31. It might have a much lower cap, but it doesn't count further than 31 anyway. So if you're 31, you're good, because you can't have more. How many guests do we have? 13,124. So that's a lot. And there we go, and then that path. And a path like that. And one like that. And then all the exit paths. And then all the ones on the other side. I will not forget any one today. Well, today with these 24 rides. I think these all give 100 as well. It will be another 2400. They give at least 80. I know that much. I think these give 100, the inverted coaster. So, yeah, we're good for a while. Because then this is almost 5,000 soft guest cap. These 48 rides. Thank you for the follow. Bananas ahoy. Are you running ads? Yes, I am. I have a cheat that they're never ending. Which is basically the same as an automatical renewal because I have infinite money anyway. I need to renew the rights because then we're making more money. Because I need more. I only have 3.5 million. This park is growing nicely. How many rides do we have? 248. We have breached the ride limit. Because with stalls and shops, it's more than 300. Drown guest 11,093. Alright. That's staff. 11,093. They're one page earlier. We now have 7 pages of guests. I don't know how many guests fit on a page. Presumably some power of 2. 11,093. Well, they're on free fall with path 11. No, they're on 0 free fall with path 11. What a wonderful naming convention does my park have. So realistic. You've more than doubled your money this stream. Well, we're making about 300k a month. Thank you for the follow, Indoor Vaping. This is a hell of a park. There is something very satisfying about seeing all these, you know, having these kind of modules of rides, kind of like a bit like Factorio. It's very satisfying. It's very factory-like. Are you up to 500,000 yet? Not quite. What's the best ads you can set? Well, the best if you run all ads, but for that you need to charge for the entrance and for the rides. But then you can charge only a fourth for the rides, what you normally do. And I want to make as much money as I can. So I'll do with a little bit fewer ads. Because we're not charging for the entry. We're factory farming guests. Basically, yes. It's about what we're doing. I mean, we have about 250 rides here. And the park is only this full. And remember, this is a normal sized park. I mean, it's big, but it doesn't make use of the new save format. It's not bigger than 254 by 254. So, yeah, and if we feel we can't even fill this up with the ride limit of 1,000. But with the ride limit of 1,000, you know, presumably, you know, it's 4 times as many rides. Well, 3 times because stalls. Then we're at about 40,000 guests, which will be somewhat close to the sprite limit at that point. So that's good. Alright, let's build a mini golf right here. Mini golf, mini golf, mini golf. And there we go. We're going to do a lot of holes. I like things with holes. Some people might not like holes. There's that, what's it called? Like trichophobia? Something like that. And it means you don't like things with lots of holes in them. Like if you see it, you get an adverse reaction. Is it allowed to drown staff? Sure. I don't even know if that lowers your park rating. There we go. And now they're back. They've just respawned, Handyman 3. The word is trypophobia. Ah, yes. Oh, that makes sense, building a coast like that in Diamond Heights. Because, you know, the whole phobia theme. That's neat. What I also find interesting is thalassophobia, which is a fear of the ocean. Which I don't have, but I entirely understand why people would have it. It had many tunnels, so that makes sense. Good name for a water ride, thalassophobia, especially if it's boat hire on a very deep lake. Because what lurks in the dark depths beneath the surface? There's a lot of phobias. I wonder what would be the most common officially named phobia? Hang on. What's in the way here? Oh, this coaster has more than 2 units of height clearance, I suppose. Let's just go that way and that way. We're going freestyle, baby. Hell yeah. Arachnophobia of agoraphobia. Hang on, wasn't agoraphobia a fear of open spaces? Which is not necessarily heights. What's in the way there? Oh, it's the helix. Stupid helix. You know what, I'll just go down one. Claustrophobia. Not fear of clowns. Very few people have a fear of clowns. A lot of people that say clowns are scary mean that in a more jokey way. Like a phobia is an actual physical adverse reaction to whatever you have a phobia of. And I don't think many people have that actually with clowns. Like, yeah, clowns can be creepy, but that's very different than actually being afraid of clowns. Of clowns. Yeah, I kind of find clowns creepy as well. It's a bit of a tongue twister, apparently, for me. But I'm not afraid of clowns. You once called home crying because the clown was scary. Yeah, but, you know, I had nightmares about the Harry Potter basilisk. Doesn't mean I have a phobia of snakes. I hate spiders, but I don't have arachnophobia. On the screen from you about the newest community post, I count 17 right. Is that about right? I think it's probably like 18 or 19. There's some very tiny ones in corners and stuff. But you're probably close. Regular clowns actually aren't creepy at all. Horror movie clowns are specifically made creepy on purpose. That's true. Although I do have to say that I have never found clowns funny. Like, you know, the silly circus clowns and whatever, sure, they're not necessarily creepy, but I've never found them funny either. Hang on, do we already have juniors? We don't. Let's go for a row of juniors, I like that. Right there. And another one. You hate spiders, but I'm holding my tarantula right now. Ugh. You know what? If we would be, you know, say if one of my friends had a tarantula, we would all be there, and, you know, they would kind of be, you know, we would all take turns holding him. I would probably do it. I'm not that afraid of spiders. But when I do see a spider in my home, they don't live for very long. But the tarantula is a bit different because they're a bit bigger. They're a bit cuter. Someone probably just hated me for saying tarantulas can be cute. Alright, I wanted to connect to the other bit. A few fences will fix that. Spiders don't live very long here either. They run out of food or something. Here it's that the vacuum seems to love them a little bit too much. I don't know what it is. It's not like there are any rare species of spider here that I'm killing. And open. There we go, that's a few junior coasters. Let's build another row next to it, because I like them. We almost have 4 million in the bank. That's a lot. Marcel be pimping. Yeah, I'm rich as hell. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna become a rapper and then just make rap songs about how rich I am. With absolutely no rapping skills, like Rice Gum. And have people ghostwrite everything for me. RCT rap god. I do have the vocal skills of, you know, talking fast enough. So I would be able to do it. Wouldn't necessarily be good or on rhythm, but I would be able to do it. I can't do Rap God because I don't know the lyrics, but if I had the lyrics I would be able to do it. Once, a few years ago, I practiced saying all the countries As fast as possible, all the country names. So all, well, 196 is what I worked with. What do you think my best time was? And I would say, like, the official names. So I would say, like, not PNG, but Papua New Guinea. Or I would say not the DRC, but the Democratic Republic of the Congo. Alright, CMX. 67 seconds. Not quite. But you're close. My record was 1 minute 15. Except that I later found out, you know, I recorded it all, that I had missed Suriname. So I suppose that's not technically a record, but that was the speed I was going at. I can't do that anymore, but I always had the same order of countries. I would basically start at the top of North America, you know, Canada. And I would work out North America, the Caribbean, work through South America, and then start at the top of Europe with Iceland. Then work up and down through Europe until you end up in Scandinavia. Then I would start, you know, with Turkey and then the Arabian Peninsula, and then go like through all the stands, the Indian subcontinent, then through China, to Japan, then Indochina. Then I would go to Australia, do the, what's it called? All the Pacific Islands in a certain order, and then I only had Africa left. I would start in Egypt and basically work my way east, west, and then, you know, go south every time. This has to be the most profitable park ever. It is not. I've made more profitable parks. But if we give it a few more streams, it will probably be the most profitable park ever. I like how you have a similar order as to what I would do. Yeah, it makes sense. And I really put a lot of practice into it. Because I practiced all the continents separately. You know, I would do... I think I did America as one, because it's only 35 countries. North and South America combined. And, you know, I practiced Europe and Asia and Africa and such all separately. And I would all record them and stuff to listen back to see if I didn't make a mistake. But it would be like, you know, Canada, United States, Mexico, Guatemala, Belize, El Salvador. Well, I already made a mistake, but, you know, Canada, United States, Belize, El Salvador. Ugh. I keep making mistakes because I haven't done this for a while, but it's basically that speed, even faster, with like 2 breaths. Surely there's some kind of syllable cadence that can make saying all of them quickly in a good rhythm. Well, it's just really fast. Canada, United States, Mexico, Belize, Guatemala, El Salvador, US, Costa Rica, Nicaragua, Bahamas, and Cuba. Basically, that speed. Like I said, I can't do it anymore. I can still basically do Canada until Panama. And it's all at one speed, just as fast as you can. You don't really pronounce. It's like you move your mouth as little as possible. At least that's what I did. Which all slurs them together. Any rides losing money? Maybe. Let's first check the stats of the minigolf. Not yet available. Oh, probably took guests ages to finish it. It might have only just been finished by the first guest. We'll check back later. Okay, yeah, let's take a look at this. So, freefall with path is currently making the most... Hang on. The launched freefalls are making the most money per hour at the... Oh, it's not sorted, never mind. Ah, it's the vertical drop coaster, that makes more sense. It's making 138k per month. That's a lot. And losing money. Yes. Corksk Urban Park. It's... I think the mechanics are not finding their way, because they're broken down. I'll have a look at that in a minute. The merry-go-round. Well, there are guests on the ride. It just... Why is it free? It shouldn't be. It's not old. There we go, now it's 120. Hang on, are these just also free? No, they're not. It's just broken down forever. Oh yeah, look at that. Mechanic 23 is lost. Well, we'll fix that. Anyway, we'll look at that later. Total customers. 27,411 for, well, the same vertical drop coaster. And you have twister coaster, wooden coaster. Well, you know, the big coasters. That makes a lot of sense. Total profit. Vertical drop coaster. More than 500,000. What a surprise. Oh, thank you for the follow. Daphne Sound. So, fun fact, the most profitable coaster in my Overcrowded Forest Frontiers, from tomorrow's video, has made almost 500,000. And that park took almost 20 years. And we already, in less than 6 years, have a more profitable coaster. Does the ride price manager not update prices when they are set to free? It doesn't, but you can change that, just it doesn't for me. Customers per hour, vertical drop coaster, I mean that makes sense. Running cost, hyper coaster. I thought it would be the Giga coaster. Interesting. Hang on, where is the Giga coaster? Oh, that's here, Speedy McCoaster Face. Still fairly high up. Oh, the reverse freefall coasters are really expensive. Damn. Queue length. Oh, the Giga coaster actually has... let's go to the station. It has a full queue, pretty much. That's cool. Queue time. Motion Simulator 2. Yeah. If you have 150 people waiting for a motion simulator, that's gonna take a while. Reliability. They're all at least 82%. That's pretty good. Greetings from your neighbor Germany. Greetings back to Germany. I missed a follow 15 minutes ago, I think. Art Yebe. You still here? Thank you. Right. I was going to take a look at those two. Right. Or do they just not have exit paths? Did I just forget exit paths? Yeah, I forgot exit paths. Mechanics aren't lost. They just don't have exit paths. Hang on, didn't we notice this last stream, but I just refused to do exit paths because the guests would find their way to another path anyway. Well, then this is what happens. Mechanic is on the other side, it can't find it. Now, it immediately finds it. It's immediately going to fix it. So that's good. And I presume the other mechanic as well. Yeah, they're both on their way. Well, that's fixed then. That's good. I still like these wild mice, really. I mean, they kind of remind me with all the track of the Forest Frontiers. Alright, does this have stats by now? It does! 4.39 excitement. That's pretty good for a minigolf, I think, anyway. I have all these fanouts here, which don't seem to be too popular. Maybe I'm just building a lot of rides and I'm spreading the guests a bit thinner. I used the tile editor for the first time to rotate an exit building to save some space, but then mechanics couldn't find it. Oh, that's annoying. I'm not sure how that works. I've never done that. So I can't help you with that, unfortunately. I really like this park. It was a great idea of me to start this. I think we can use some more stalls here. Let's just build a whole lot of stalls. Actually, let's not build a whole lot of stalls, because I feel like eventually I'm gonna run out of ride slots. Let's just build what we need and call it a day. And yes, we need a balloon stall. Are you advertising? I am. We're at almost 14,000 guests. Those. Yeah, we need sunglasses as well. And that's it. Perfect. Even with the new limit. Yeah, the new limit is only 1,000 and we're already at 341. And we have, well, not even filled up 20%. So, we're easily going to run out of rides. Let's hire more mechanics. More entertainers. Ah, lovely sound. Lovely lag. We have 2,070 entertainers. That's a lot. This park gives me dystopian, mass-produced, manufactured fun vibes. And that's basically what I was going for. This happens when you corkscrew around. Nice. But this park is broken up every now and then, like here in the middle with a few, like, fairly normal rides. I mean, they're going fast and they're, like, I don't know, they'll injure you gravely, but they're fairly normal. Go over 2077 and things. Isn't that just like the Cyberpunk game or whatever? I feel old when I say stuff like that. What ride type shall I build? I thank you for the sub, Krupp. That rhymes. Do I have a Woody? I do have a Woody. Let's not build a Woody, because I already have a Woody. Do I have a stand-up? I don't think I do. No, I don't. Let's build one. Thank you for the follow, Ace Hawk. I like a good stand-up coaster. The nice thing about this park is that it doesn't need to be super compact. Like it needs to be super compact, but it doesn't need to be like optimized as much as physically possible. Like there are some little bit of dead spaces, like you know, here for example. That doesn't matter. Oh, hey, Slime, you're finally here. Someone, I think it was Max, said hi for you. Yes, these are roller coasters. A lot of them. I've been a huge fan of your YouTubes for quite a while. Glad to finally catch your live stream. Well, welcome to your first live stream. We can do interlocking loops on this baby. Sorry I'm late. Had some adult responsibilities. What are those? What is this adult thing you're talking about? Is that things that people with actual normal jobs have to worry about? Instead of just making YouTube videos. Yeah, Max did leave already. And yes, he did complete his bingo card. Apparently. Thank you for the follow, Furby. I must admit, I sometimes feel a bit like, you know, making YouTube videos like this is my life now, which is good, but it sometimes feels a bit weird. You know, my brother has a, you know, quote-unquote proper job. Was a headhunter for a while, which basically means searching people for jobs. And meanwhile, I just make YouTube videos. Which is fine. Thank you for the 31 bits line. Imposter syndrome. Not necessarily imposter, because... No, it's not at all imposter, because I don't feel like I don't deserve this. I think I'm very good at making YouTube videos. And I'll gladly, you know, I think... Not necessarily I deserve all the views I'm getting, because that's a tricky thing. But I don't not deserve it, you know? So that's not a problem. It's just a bit... Feels a bit weird. And that's also got to do with other stuff that it's, you know, that I won't tell you about. But it just feels a bit weird. I mean, I'm glad. It's fun. I like this community. Don't get me wrong. Yeah, making YouTube videos and getting enough views to actually making a living of it is not easy. It isn't, although... And now I'm going to... Now you think I'm going to drag myself down again, which I suppose I'm kind of going to do. I am lucky in that my specialty topic is basically something no one else does. Well, a few people do, but no one else close to the same size does. So I am, you know, I am the biggest thing in Roller Coaster Tycoon 2. So I don't have too much competition, which it can be a downside as well. Because, you know, more people mean that more YouTubers being big means more people are going to be attracted to the niche. So there are just more viewers to go around. But it's also that even if my titles and thumbnails are a bit rubbish, which they might sometimes be, I don't know, then it's not like someone else is gonna outcompete that. So that's an advantage I do have. But then again, I do think my videos are really good. So there's that as well. And one fun fact, which is actually very useful, you know the classic thing. You know, you hate listening to your own voice, and YouTubers. It's a very classic thing. I've heard many YouTubers say that they hate watching their own videos. I don't hate watching my own videos. It's really funny. Often when I make a video, and you know, I'm done, I render it, and I watch it to see if it's good, I didn't make any mistakes, rendering was all fine, you know, stuff like that. I genuinely get invested in the video. And I genuinely get, you know, pulled into the video. Even though I literally just made it. And recorded the voice on most likely either the same day or the day before. Which is good. And I don't hate my own voice anymore. I kind of like it. I do hate my older videos. Like older because I just was terrible at speaking to a camera. So I suppose that's the thing I still do have. My girlfriend likes your voice over the voice of Dirkling. Well, that's partly just maybe because she likes, you know, the timbre or whatever of my voice better. But it's also a bit because I do speak a bit more animated than Dirkling does. So that might also be a reason. And it's funny, if you compare how I speak now, in this live stream, but also my mostly my videos, compared to my first videos, then I speak so much more animated now than I did in those. Which is just a skill you learn as you do it. No one taught me that. No one said, cheer up, or, you know, you're boring, or whatever. It just naturally evolved over time. Ooh, those were timed. Unintentionally, but they were. You also have lost a bit of your Dutch accent compared to your older videos. Yeah, I think the streaming helped quite a bit with that as well. I do know that I used to pronounce videos as videos. Well, not quite like that, but videos. Which I cringe whenever I hear, you know, it's part of old videos that I cringe about. But yeah, you know, that I did predict that if I started streaming a lot, that my accent would not go away, but become a bit less prominent. Not that it was super prominent, but it was always noticeable. I liked how you said video. Yeah, the coaster syncs up now, but it might not when it's loading, because then there might be more time in between or something. So, we'll see about that. What are the stats? It might be too intense. Might not be, I don't think it will be. Love me some thick Dutch accent. I don't have a thick Dutch accent, though. This is a thick Dutch accent. And it really is quite different. This stand-up coaster has an intensity rating of 9.74. Which is good. It is very good. You should talk more in steenkolen English. It sounds more pleasing. Maybe your Groninger accent. I don't have a Groninger accent. Oops. I grew up in Drenthe. I only started living in Groningen 5 years ago. It looks like a really fun ride. Might be one of your best layouts right there. No lie. Probably the most realistic layout in the park, but I've made more realistic rides, I'm pretty sure. But thank you anyway. I do like the layout here. Yeah, some people have a really thick Dutch accent. The one I know by heart is watch the Tom Scott video about the Waterloopbos. If you want to know how to spell that, Waterloopbos. There, you know, it's in the Netherlands. It's a Dutch thing. And the guy in there has a really thick Dutch accent. But about the steenkolen English, which someone mentioned. Steenkolen is stone coals. It's funny, because whenever my videos have gotten big, you know, the longest coaster ones and stuff, you know, they've gone in Dutch news sites and all the Dutch video websites, I always get quite a few comments that I speak stone coal English. Which, even if I had the thickest Dutch accent in the world, it's just not true. Stone coal English means English with a lot of Dutch intermingled. You know, grammatically terrible English. But that's just not what I do. You know, if you have the thickest accent in the world, but your grammar is still fine, which mine is, mostly, then that's just not stone coal English. Like a prime minister. I don't know how well Mark Rutte can speak English. I don't know if I've ever heard him speak English. Yeah, stone coal English is usually when you literally translate it from Dutch to English. Or like, you know, when you do idioms. Like, now the monkey comes out of the sleeve. Which is our version of now the cat's out of the bag. Or I'll fall with the door into the house. I'm not sure if there's an English version of that. It basically just means, you know, you just immediately get to the point. Oh yeah, Louis van Gaal. I know that he is famous for having terrible English. That knocks. That club. That's like, that's not an idiom. That's even worse. I'll show you all the corners of the room. Yeah, this is wonderful. I like this stand-up coaster. I do. It is in the south of the country. What did they mean by that? Like, let's build a water ride. Let's build a love flow. Like, what did Rutte try to say? The park is getting quite big. Let's build it here. Make that the Catwise. Yeah. What would be a good English version of that? You basically, you know, you say that when you don't believe something, you know, that something someone has said. Like, you know, yesterday I don't know, what's something special. Yesterday I did 20 perfect bottle flips in a row. And then we would say, make that the Catwise. Because it's just, you know, it's clearly nonsense. He's pulling my leg. It's a bit different, because, you know, make that the Catwise is something you can say in isolation. You don't have to address someone. If you say he's pulling my leg or you're pulling my leg, it's a little bit different. Oh, not a donkey would consider that to be true. I've never heard of it, but it sounds fun. Should start using that. He was talking at the climate conference over the flooding in Limburg. Yeah, but what did he mean with sauce? Like sauce, which is our word for sauce. Like, you know, tomato sauce and stuff. Oh, south. I mean, that's not Stone Cold English. That's just a terrible accent. Yeah, and I'm the Pope. That's a good one for make that the Catwise. You know, had something oh yeah. You know the word southern? I used to not know how that was pronounced. I used to pronounce that southern. Which makes sense. I will stand by that makes sense. It's wrong. But it makes sense. It's north, it's northern. It's south, it's southern. That makes sense. This queue line should be longer. Let's do a CCQL. There we go. Hang on. I'm getting a sound for a sub or a follow or something like that, but I'm not seeing one. Oh, it does say that Cheekid has followed. But not on my laptop? That's weird. But when I looked at OBS, it did tell me. Alright, let's open up this baby. No minimum waiting time. You noticed me. I notice everyone who follows. Well, as long as Twitch tells me about it. I always say thank you to everyone who follows. Well, I might forget someone every now and then. I try not to. But you know, it happens. I like that I am still a small enough channel that I can do that. Because, you know, if I was 10 times as big, which I would love to be, don't get me wrong, then I could not say thank you to everyone who follows. Assuming I would also get 10 times as many followers. And I would also have to turn off the sound for that, because that would get really annoying. Both for me and for you. I followed off stream as usual, so I go unnoticed. Yeah, if you follow off stream, you will go unnoticed. Can't do much about that. But, you know, I would love to be a bigger channel. But there are definitely upsides to being a small channel. It seems like the activity feed on my laptop is just frozen. Because there was another follow right now. Thank you, I'm just here for the skeletons. Which is also not showing up. Oh, and a follow from Jeruna 1. Thank you. Now I have to check my OBS every time. Which you don't see, but I am doing that on the same computer I'm playing Roller Coaster Tycoon on. During my service time, I was with Dutch soldiers deployed. They spoke like new kids. When I was there in Amersfoort, they spoke perfect English like you. I assume if they spoke like new kids, they might have been Brabanders. Yeah, being a big channel has its downside, because, you know, you won't have as close-knit a community. Of course, everyone wants to be a bigger channel. I love to be a bigger channel. But yeah, it does have downsides. Wie is hier nou de snackbar? Gervik! I occasionally see YouTube videos people record while live on Twitch, and the incessant spam of the notifications and thank for the follow sub donation really puts me off when it's a bigger channel. I suppose that could put people off, you know, if I did YouTube, if I posted these like to a main channel. I've only posted these videos to a side channel, so it doesn't matter. But if I made this my main content, it should be very different. And I suppose that could put people off. Do I have one of those? I do not. I do. No, that's a reverter. Let's build side friction. But yeah, at some point it just becomes too much, and then I'll just have to go back to only, you know, mentioning people who subscribe or do bits. And at some point, you know, if you get too big, which someone like T90 was, at least when he was on Twitch, he would only do people who gave a lot of subs. Is 6969 still here? Probably not. But let's take a look. $6969. Nope. They're not here, and I don't know what happened, but most likely they got drowned. Nee, well, we only thank people who donate 100. Well, that's quite rare. Mostly it's like, I don't know, like 10 or up or 20 and up, you know. Then drown the oldest guest. Alright. That's guest 691. Still nice. Yeah, it does have a 6.9 in it. I like that you have a special drowning pool. Yeah, there's no other water in this park, so I kind of have to. And there was the lag spike for the autosave. Happens every 5 minutes. But you know, that's fine. And a turn. We're almost at 15,000 guests. Yeah, that's what the lag spike is. It's the autosave. Because it's a big park to save. You know, if I save manually, you also see a lag spike. And that is why I changed my autosave from being every minute to every 5 minutes. Because especially during recording, it was annoying me that so often I got a little tiny lag spike. Even in, you know, parks that are quite a bit smaller, I would still get a noticeable lag spike. And that's not a problem during streams. And during playing, you don't really notice it. But in YouTube videos, it is a problem. It showed. Do you mean in the YouTube videos or on the live streams? Oh, it's crashing there. Because I don't really care about it showing on the live streams. But on the YouTube videos, it might have showed every now and then. You know, whenever I noticed it, I would re-record. But obviously I will not always notice it. Yeah, the turn was going too fast for the first hill. No, I was hoping to see it crash with an actual train on it. I want this park to be good. I don't want crashes here. That's something for different parks. And we're done. A nice little cute ride. At least it's not a factory farming ride. I think this is a fairly realistic like science fiction coaster. Apart from, you know, the floating supports and stuff here. Oh, you were answering someone else's questions. Oh, that's good. I guess my subscription is only shown when the preview ends. I think because I extended it 15 minutes ago. I do know that sometimes it doesn't show when you like extend the subscription in some kind of way. Because I have seen sometimes people do that, and it says in the chat, but only in the chat, not in the activity feeds, that someone extended their subscription. But then that specific kind of extending doesn't show up in the activity feed. That did show up, and that was a follow by Eggplant Wiz. You know what, I'm going to quickly refresh my laptop. It's going to take a while, because it's quite a slow laptop with not the fastest internet. It's not the internet that's slow, it's the laptop that's slow. Huh, they still don't show up on the activity feed. I'm impressed by how quickly you build these kind of rides. Oh, hey. Name a ride of your choice. 17 minutes ago. Oh yeah. If they don't show up in my activity feed, I won't see them. Well, you know, I might see them if I'm lucky and I look at the chat at the right moment, but... Well, Sir Studs, if you're still here. Otherwise, I'll return the channel points later. Thank you for the bits, Magnum Davolf. Oh. Drown a guest of your choice. 6 minutes ago. I did actually do that, because I did see that in the chat. Hey, the follow from 11 minutes ago just showed up. Hey, there's the bit from now that also just showed up. And there's the other previous follows that are just now showing up. Good. Refreshing worked. A Twitch gift subscription that extended is not a real sub at the moment. It's merely a continuation of the sub. But if the sub is not yet 30 days old, you won't get it showing up. Ah, that makes sense. Eggplant Whiz, thank you for the... oh, that was 2 minutes ago. I already thank you, I think. Well, thank you again then, I suppose. Yeah, we're almost at 15,000. And the park is getting bigger and bigger. It's, apart from, you know, the coasters on the side, it's kind of circular. Sort of circular at the moment. Welcome to the Follow Fam! Hell yeah! How many rides do we have? 260, nice. And 51 shops and stalls, and 25 toilets and info kiosks. And cash machines, and first aid rooms. It says toilets and info kiosks at the top, but there's also 2 other things. Reverser can't crash by going over hills too fast. It damn well can. Along with the bobsled and the reverser and... the other one that I've missed? I think that's all of them. Well, all of the coasters anyway. There's also the... Ghost Train! Which is also the only ride that can crash when it takes a corner too fast. Hell yeah. Oh, and there's the dinghy slide, of course. Alright, let's factory farm some more... you know what, let's factory farm some thrill rides. How about Roto Drops? How about exclamation mark waste? Perfect name. Isn't it? It made sense, the name, when I made it. Who you gonna call? Ghost Train. Hell yeah. If you're building a ghost ride or a ghost train, and you're having it like this, it's still in the ghost. Is that a ghost train? A ghost squared train? Or is it double ghost, like a double negative, so that it becomes a living train again? Alright, I think one more. Then we'll do the other side, of course. And one more. Yeah, that's good enough. And then the other side. You know what, let's also mirror them. That's nice. If you're double dead, you're just alive. YouTuber Captain Sparkles, when he killed something in Minecraft, he didn't say, I killed it, he said, I unalived it. Which I quite like. It's true. I thank you for the follow, CGMVD. Three more, that's a top spin. Demonizing, you mean demonetizing, because that's what he did. That's also a thing he said. Okay, this one's cursed. I accidentally rotated that instead of mirroring it. I'm not going to leave the cursed one. Alright, let's place fences. There. And along there. And there. Oh. Well, turns out we didn't need those fences. We do need the other ones, though. How many guests think it's too crowded? I'll look in a minute. Probably... I'd wager 3,000 or so. If we go for long enough, we'll set a record for having the most guests think it's too crowded. Without, you know, just spamming a load of guests in a small space with cheats. You should make a Metallica themed ride. How would I do that though? I'm not, well, not in this park anyway. I'm not going to build themed rides here. Other than maybe colors and a name. But... like, how would you do that? Like one, which is war themed, or Master of Puppets. I don't know too many Metallica songs. Like, this is an anti-drug song. Make it metal. Aren't most coasters made of metal? How many antennas do I have? 2077. Not the wooden ones. Even the wooden ones have plenty of metal in them. How many observation towers is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 20. Neat. And I think it gives about probably like 50 or 60 pop cap. That'll be another, well, slightly more than 1,000 probably. Alrighty, let's open. We have reached 15,000 guests. Which is the most guests I've ever legitimately had in a park. My record before today was on Classic, where I got about 11,500 guests. Because the sprite limit there is 15,000 instead of 10. But this has broken the record. Now, of course, it's a lot easier in open RCT2 than it would be in vanilla RCT2 if that had the raised limits. Because of all the other stuff. Still not at guest boobies. No. But I've been there and I took a screenshot of guest boobies. And I posted that on the subreddit RCT Circle Jerk probably around about 4 years ago. So I've done that. Probably load up the park for you. There we go. They are somewhere. There we go. Here we have guest boobies. I am so mature. Yes, we have had more than 8 million different guests in this park. It's one of the longest coasters and I tested the entire ride, which took a long time. We're on year 1224, except we're not. We have gone around once. We've gotten to 8,900 and 8,192. It got a reset and we got to 1,000 something again. I hope they implement custom scenery into the latest version of OpenRCT2. What do you mean? Custom scenery has been a thing in vanilla like since 2002. Drowned guest 15,000. Okay. They're probably on page 8. No, page 7. And there we go. Guest 15,000. They're going to be unalived. There we go. Please don't drown him, but channel points were used. I have no choice. You wanted to drown guest boobies. I don't think I've ever said the word boobies this many times in a single stream. How bad is the lag? There's basically no lag. Let me pull up my FUPS. Yeah, though the max is 75 on my computer, so I'm clearly not at 75. I'm around 50. So there's a little bit of lag, and especially if you zoomed out. I go to 20, so there's clearly some lag. Now I go to 14. But yeah, for 15,000 guests, this is quite good performance. Drowning someone would be considered impolite in some cultures. Well, not in mine. Congratulations, you're the 15,000 guests in the park. You won a free drowning. I like that. But with 15,000 guests and about 5 million in the bank. There we go, 5 million. Park value of 4.5 million. I think it's about time to end the stream. Streaming for longer than usual, which I like. My recent streams tend to be a bit shorter than they were before, but we're at about 3 hours 20 minutes again. No, but you just got here. Yeah, but it's 11:20 p.m. And where you live, it's the same. Because you're Dutch. Alright, let's see if I can raid someone. We're definitely gonna continue this park. Next week. Alright, Unreal Nightmare. That's right, then it should be fun. And in the meantime, thank you very much for watching. I liked this live stream. It was fun. I really like this park. It's very me. And yeah, I think I'll see you later. You know, we're gonna rate this guy and it's gonna be fun and, you know, all that good stuff. Oh, this channel is intended for mature audiences. There's probably quite a bit of swearing. Well, good luck. Most of you are over 18 anyway. I'll see you later. Bye bye.